Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about inside and outside turns, guys, and round penning. I have not round penned Ariel yet. Um, and what I want to go over is like if you're having a hard time with inside or outside turns. So first off, like let me just teach her, um, right? So first rule is get them to move, right? Second rule, get them to move consistently, then take them in the direction. Now, um, so with her, got to get her to move consistently. I don't want to be chasing her. All right, so an outside turn, remember, I'm going to come in front of that drive line, and then I'm going to go towards her nose. Now, she took that easy. Now, let's say that she didn't, right? Let's say that I went to ask for that or outside turn, and she didn't go, and she didn't go, and she didn't go. I have to run, and I have to cut her off as hard as I can, right? And if she still does an inside, let's say that was an inside, I'm going to run across as hard as I can until, let's say she did another inside, I'm going to run across, like right there, run across, and then right there, I get it, right? So, I finally got her to do an inside, but she came in to me, right? Kicked at me or whatever. But because I kept running across with her, then it's going to make it to where I can cut her off, right? And I can get that outside turn. Once you get the turn that you want, then you come in here and you just go and you catch your breath or whatever you need to do, right? To let her be. Like she can run, she can do whatever she wants right now. I'm not making that happen, right? I'm in a relaxed state, I'm in a release state. So if she is doing the wrong turn, then I keep that pressure up and I keep running until the moment she gets it right and then release pressure, right? So that's how they start to learn. So, all right, let's do another outside turn. In front of the drive line, towards the nose, push her away, cut her off, ask her to go. Another outside turn. All right, so it was get the feet to move consistently, take them in the direction you want, change directions. Now it's going to be change directions at a specific spot. So first I said gate, now I'll pick over this cactus over here. And you want to make it to where you're not going around this round pen a whole bunch because we don't want to wear them out, right? You want to, or yourself, right? So just get it like, okay, at the gate, right? All right, that panel right there, right? This panel over here, right there, right? So I do that a few times, make sure I have it. Now, inside turns. Now, this is sometimes or most times where it gets hard, right? So the first thing is I'm going to ask her to change by just doing a straight back up, right? And you want to come all the way back. And let's say she didn't do that. She would keep coming around and I keep backing up straight. I do not back in a circle, right? I back up straight line from where I was because as she would come around here, she'd go, ah, and she'd cut across. If she still didn't, right? Let's say she still didn't, or she did an outside turn. Well, then I've got to run across here. And I had asked her she was going to the right. I'd have to push her back to the right, get her down to the right again. And immediately as soon as I get her going to the right, I'm going to back up, right? And I'm going to back up straight until she turns and then push the shoulders over. Now she needs to go to the left, right? And then I'm going to back up and I'm going to pull. Think about like you're pulling that nose. Pull the nose. Then take those shoulders and push them over, right? And finish that turn, right? Here I'm going to ask again. I'm going to look at a line. I'm going to pull that line on that nose. And I'm going to pull that nose towards me. And then I'm going to push the shoulders over. Now, if that doesn't work for you and you are like, Brandy, I've been running and running and running and she keeps doing outside turns and I can't get these inside turns, then this is the method I want you to do, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue pressure on her. So I'm putting pressure here, but I'm going to pull on that nose. So that way, if she does do an outside right there, I can correct it quick. So now my left hand is thinking about pulling this nose. I'm going to keep the pressure on, fix the outside turn right there. Pull that nose, pull that nose, pull that nose. Keep the pressure. No, not an outside turn. Pull that nose. pull that nose, pull, nope, not an outside. So this allows you not to have to run back and forth, but you can keep pressure right there, release pressure, walk off, right? So if you get into the point where, you're running back and forth and you're like, I'm exhausted, you have to correct the wrong turn as fast as possible. So if you're getting exhausted and you can't correct it quick enough, then you have to go to that method, right? To where you are literally like keeping pressure. Think about like you're pushing the hip, but pulling the nose. Say, no, not that direction. Pull the nose, but push the hip, pull the nose, pull the nose, pull the nose. Think like you're pulling the nose. Nope, not that direction, but pull the nose, pull the nose. Keep the hip moving, but pull the nose. And you can see like I'm in front of that drive line. That's it. Like if I was back here and I was just pushing, right? Now I'm just chasing. And I'm not going to make her want to change direction. So I'm just pushing. So you got to be in front, like you're wanting a change. You want the change. You want the change. You're going to push this hip, push this hip, push this hip right there, release. Right? Finish the turn and go. Right? So that is how, if you have a hard time with inside or outside turns, right? That's the type of way, or that's how I want you to try to fix it. They are both incredibly important, right? You want to make sure that you are able to do both. It doesn't seem important right now, not with round pinning in itself, it's not important. But the outside turn gives you the ability to stop them, gives you the ability when they're trying to leave you, when you're doing Wesson lesson and you're trying to get that shoulder over, when you're leading them and they start to spook, right? That is all outside turn, right? A horse that's like picking on you and pulling their head around and not wanting to put the bridle on, that is outside turn. Like it doesn't make sense right now, but it helps you to understand that like by saying push that shoulder, stop that shoulder and change them and say get off me, right? It's a whole respect thing that you're getting. The inside turn, it is like, hey, I want you to want me. I want you to want to be with me. And I want to be able to tell you to do that, whether you want to be or not, right? Think of it more as like a marriage, right? When I'm married to JD and I want to go to the movies and I say, let's go to the movies, he doesn't get to just tell me no all the time, right? It's not only when he wants to go. Sometimes he has to like do it because I said so, right? Sometimes like, he has to go to the family function even though he doesn't want to, period. Right? You have to go to work because you have to go to work. Same thing with the horse. I don't want them to just want to do it on when they want to. I want to do it because I asked them to do it. So the inside turn gives you that desire from the horse, that gives you that ability to ask them to want to be with you, to respect you, and to think of you as worthy, right? Like literally that's it. That's what the inside turn does, is it teaches the horse to find you worthy. So if you want to be worthy to your horse, make sure you get an inside turn.